Ciao, what is up, you guys? So a couple of weeks ago, I went up to Jackson's Point to attend a music retreat, and it's basically a 3-day and 2-night experience where you just go up there, have fun with your fellow music kids, and do a lot of practicing, and it was pretty cool. When we got there, we were literally given snacks and instructions on what to do and stuff. And yeah, after that, I went and I got to meet my new room where I'd be staying at for like half a week. Okay, so I'm sure that everyone can hear me or something because we have really thin walls. But Christine, right now, my roommate, is in the washroom and we are in our rooms. Our room right here. And like, yeah, we're all basically trying to take a shower because we're in a lodge and there are 4 showers in total and like 20 to like 30 girls here. I'm not really sure. So we're trying to work this out right now. And yeah, first night here seems pretty chill. We had food, we had stuff to do. So yeah, you know. This is our room. It's not huge. The walls are really thin. But you know, I think we can make this work. It's pretty good. I like it. Yeah, we found out there was a hole in our wall, which was an interesting experience. But compared to a lot of the other girls' rooms, we were one of the lucky ones. We didn't have blood-stained sheets or jizz on our walls. And my roommate just did whatever on her phone, and I did whatever on my side of the bed, and yeah, it was a pretty chill night. So now the next morning, I woke up and discovered that our window had a lovely view of a fence. That is like a wall, like a fence, and then the fucking roof of another, like, rondo wall. What the fuck? So after we stopped admiring the fence, we got up, got ready, we went to the main building to line up and get our breakfast, and yeah, after that we got ready to go to rehearsal. So many humans at practice. Great turnout. So after rehearsal, they gave us a snack, and that was when I met my super awesome team building group for the rest of the week, Juicy Fruit! So in these team building groups, we basically played a bunch of games together and kind of got to know each other a little more, and I ended up making friends with a seagull. Seagull!
You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me.
Then it was my favorite part of the day, lunch. We had salad, chili, and like bread bun thing. Basically your standard white person food that I would never eat outside of retreat.
Oh, it's lunch! Oh my god, I'm so excited for lunch!
After eating, we were off for some more rehearsal. We also had our first ever full viola sectional, which was pretty cool. And after we were done that, we went back to our full orchestra rehearsal.
What is this? Our senior leaders are so immature. Man, our orchestra's so full, it's pretty.
After that, we did some more team building.
Get into a circle, we're gonna talk about it.
We made a very nice square.
Okay.
You ruined our square!
When team building was over, we went back into, I would say, I'm gonna call it the lounge, because I'm not really sure what it's called. And we just kind of chilled there for a bit before dinner started. For dinner, we had some really cool mashed potatoes and carrots and chicken things, and yeah, after that we had another rehearsal and sectional, and that was productive, and the band kids decided to prepare this interpretive dance for us. was our second night there, and it also happened to be movie night, so what other movie would we have watched other than Zootopia? At 9 o'clock, I was allowed to leave the movie early, and I went back to our room so I could take a shower, and of course, I made a mess. People are walking around, and I gotta put my stuff away. Cry, man, cry. Now, because this video is so fucking late, the actual second day that I was there, it was the day that they announced the results of the presidential election, and here is how everybody figured it out at Music Retreat.
Can I even see this shit? Yeah, Donald Trump gets elected by the U.S. as the U.S. president. What a good year for America.
So after that, we had breakfast, and when we finished eating, we went off to our final band and strings rehearsal. I forgot to mention this earlier, but the only reason I was there for 3 days was because I was part of both the orchestra and the choir, and basically if you're only part of like the orchestra or like an instrumental ensemble, you're only there for the first 2 days, and for the last day, it was just for the vocal kids who did choir and shit, and I was part of both. So at 12 o'clock, the vocal kids arrived, and band, vocal, all of us together, we watched our super awesome senior leader show. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. 1, 2, 3. And just in case you didn't catch on, the senior leaders were basically those people who wore blue or like a neon yellow vest who basically took care of us juniors because they were seniors and they were all music students and they were the ones who led our sectionals, and just great, amazing, talented, super cool people who I am proudly friends with now, so yay! After the senior leader show was over, sadly we had to part ways from our fellow band kids, and we ended up just merging with the vocal kids, and we had our first vocal sectional. After rehearsal, we had another team building activity, and we played the helium stick game. Now, if you've ever played that game, you know how many friendships it has ruined because it's so frustrating, and it doesn't make any sense, and I don't know why it's so difficult, but I had never been able to put the stick down up until this one time, and I was so proud of myself and our team, and I was just so happy. When team building was over, we were lining up to get dinner, and of course, gotta play some Beyonce while we wait, right?
I wanna sing a lick, I wanna sing a lick, I wanna sing a lick, so put your hands
Funny thing about this is that every time I tried to sing along with a song, my friends around would be like, nah, you can't say that, because my boyfriend was here with me because I forced him to join vocal and he was at the retreat, so, yeah, I ended up eating dinner with him. It was fun. After dinner, we had game night, and the best part about game night is always going to be Giant Twister. Like, it's exactly how it sounds. It is just gigantic Twister. Like, we have a giant mat for Twister, and we all just get on it, and we play, and it's just so much fun.
Right foot on green.
Sad peasant.
We also learned a song called Quela Quela, and I've been dying to learn it ever since I heard our elite group of vocalists sing it last year, and I can sing this now.
Not as good, but I got the logistics of it.
We also played an intense game of Pictionary with flying cellos, and we got back to our lodges eventually, and our senior leaders read us a story about tacos.
Hey kids, did you know that dragons love tacos?
No.
I didn't either! They love beef tacos and chicken tacos.
So right now I am packing my stuff, getting ready to leave, because like it's our last night here, and I have a wet towel that I have
For the entirety of this trip, I actually brought along my ukulele, Duke, and I hadn't actually brought him out since the bus ride there. So for our last morning there, we had a bit of a ukulele jam because another guy brought his blue ukulele, and we just sang Count on Me, and it was really fun, but we got stopped because we had to line up for breakfast, which was delicious.
Are you seriously going to do it for your Instagram?
Yeah, my Instagram. Oh my gosh, this is perfect! Hey guys!
For team building, we ended up playing the island game, which is basically you are on an island and you're supposed to try and get across to another island using only mats, and no one can fall off the island, and they kept shrinking our island, and it was just really stressful, but it was a really fun game. After team building, we had another vocal rehearsal, and that was cool. We had a sectional, we got to fix ourselves, it was great. We played some more Beyonce as we were waiting for lunch.
What is Bruce doing?
And after lunch, we had a guest clinician fix our choir, and that was interesting. She made us do some interesting vocal warm-ups, but it was fun. It was awesome. After our rehearsals were done and over with, we played Predator and Prey, where basically there are carnivores, herbivores, and hunters. Now, carnivores and herbivores start off with 5 life cards, and the carnivores hunt the herbivores, which means they have to give up a life card, and if you run out of life cards, you end up having to go to animal heaven, and hunters can basically hunt both animals, and basically the goal of the game is to get 5 food and water cards from the other senior leaders who weren't hunters, and yeah, it was really fun, lots of activity.
Off to animal heaven.
After the game was done, I ended up getting updated to being a carnivore, which was really cool, and we ended up doing that dinner lineup thing again, and of course, people are dabbing because we're all dank motherfuckers.
Oh my god, Daniel! I got that!
We got that!
Oh!
We had our last meal there, and we boarded the buses, and we left. Are you guys kidding me right now? Thanks, guys.